Nothing in this podcast or on our website should be construed as medical advice. Consult your healthcare provider for your individual nutritional and medical needs. The information presented is based on our research and is strictly that of the author and not necessarily those of any professional group or other individual.
Hi, I'm Sue Becker from Bread Beckers. Welcome to Sue's Healthy Minutes. I'm so excited you've joined me today, and I hope this episode encourages you and allows you to find the answers you have been praying for the health of you and your family. Today on Sue's Healthy Minutes, I will once again try to answer a frequently asked question. It will not be as an extensive a topic as last week, but nonetheless, one that I am often asked. The question, do I still take nutritional supplements since adding real bread to my diet? And if so, what do I take? The short answer is yes, I do take a few basic supplements, but before I get into the specifics of what I take and why, let me first address the correct role of nutritional supplements. The dictionary definition for the word supplement is something that completes or enhances something else when added to it. So, nutritional supplementation should be just that. It should be something that is added to an already healthy diet of real foods, which includes lots of whole grains, fresh fruits and vegetables, and healthy protein sources. It saddens me when I see people promoting an array of supplements, but then all the while eating the standard American diet of processed foods, often addicted to empty calorie, sugar-filled foods, caffeinated beverages such as soda, coffee, or energy drinks, which all wreak havoc on our health, both mentally and physically. And then take a pill to supposedly meet their dietary needs. We often want a pill to do what only real food can do, and that is promote good health. For example, I belong to several health-conscious social media groups. Quite often, the issue of constipation will come up. The question will be, what herb or essential oil or supplement will help? People promoting different supplements will suggest this or that product. We shouldn't have to depend on a supplement to correct an issue that a real food diet can prevent. Maybe occasionally when traveling or after surgery when things have been slowed down by medication, but this should not be a day-to-day issue that requires supplementation. And this is just one of several examples. Don't get me wrong, I believe that supplementing with some key nutrients can be very helpful, but they should never be looked at as the overall solution to a health concern. I certainly know that the proper use of herbs, essential oils, and nutritional supplements can be a great complement to a good whole foods diet. And the additional nutritional support that they provide can often bring resolution to a health issue. With this being said, I will share with you some basic protocols to consider. It will certainly not be all-inclusive, and I want to stress that there is really no one-size-fits-all. Age, lifestyle, and genetics all play a critical role in our nutritional needs and must be taken into consideration when determining what needs we may have at a specific time and circumstance in our lives. I do not put as much blame on genetics for health issues as some medical professionals, but our genetic makeup cannot be completely overlooked. Our genetic propensity for a health issue to present itself, if adequate nutrition is not provided, might cause our need for a specific nutrient to be greater than others. A good diet of real whole foods is our best medicine, but we must be honest and realize that our food sources are simply not as fresh as they once were, since most of us aren't growing our own. And our living and work environment can often deplete our nutrient stores, putting a greater demand on our needs. For some, a good all-round multivitamin, mineral, or whole food supplement might be all that is needed. Now, I will not promote any particular brand, as I'm sure most of you have a favorite brand you like. And if not, my suggestion would be to do a little research and choose one that is best for you. Age appropriate, of course. When I was younger, during my childbearing years, I took a prenatal multivitamin and mineral supplement that focused more on the nutrients needed for a healthy pregnancy and baby. But some needs change as we age, and so should our choice for supplementation. Today, I do not focus as much on a multivitamin mineral supplement as my diet is fairly well-rounded and my nutritional needs have changed with my age. I focus more on specific nutrients that I believe my body needs and those not found in abundance in whole grains and real bread. So for vitamins, number one on my list is vitamin C. It is cheap and can be readily absorbed in most any form, but I have found a lipospheric form works best for me. In a lipospheric form, the water-soluble vitamin C is attached to a fat layer and can therefore more readily pass through the fatty membrane of our cells for better absorption. It is absorbed directly from the small intestines, allowing larger doses to be taken when needed, such as during times of stress or illness, without the bowel upset. Vitamin C is a powerful antioxidant that helps protect cells from damage by harmful free radicals, thereby helping to maintain a healthy immune system. Vitamin C also supports collagen production, which is important to me now as I am older. Next on my list is vitamin E, though amply supplied in whole grains and our real bread. Again, as I've aged, I believe I need more. Genetically predisposed to female hormone-related issues when I was younger, supplementing with vitamin E resolved several issues for me before I discovered real bread. But when I started milling my own grains to make bread, I knew I was getting plenty of vitamin E, and it seemed I no longer needed to supplement. But again, as I've gotten older, I believe my needs have once again increased for this valuable nutrient. So I do regularly take an extra 400 milligrams a day. Vitamin E is a fat-soluble vitamin, so does best when taken with food. Another nutrient not readily supplied by real bread is vitamin D, another fat-soluble vitamin. Much attention has been placed on this vital nutrient in the past few years, and some studies show that most Americans are deficient, probably due to the fact that most of us do not spend nearly as much time outdoors as our previous generations. Vitamin D is a vital nutrient that is important for our overall well-being. It is involved in mineral metabolism and is perhaps best known for helping our body absorb calcium and phosphorus into our bloodstream. One of the essential ways our body gets vitamin D is through exposure to sunlight. Of course, how much vitamin D produced will vary depending on the time of day and year, how much skin is exposed, and for how long. In summer months, with as little as 20 minutes exposure, a quite adequate amount of vitamin D can be produced by our body. There are also good food sources as well, such as high-fat fish, egg yolks, and good, whole, raw milk. I don't eat fatty fish often, but I do eat eggs and drink raw milk regularly. I know I don't drink a quart of milk per day, but it is good to know that 1 quart of raw milk supplies a little more than half our daily requirement for vitamin D. My favorite source of vitamin D, however, is God's perfect source, good old sunshine. In the summer months, I try to get good sun exposure most every day with as much skin exposure as possible, usually at least 20 minutes. I often do my Bible reading outside in the mornings, facing this rising sun, or have my lunch outside in the sunshine, or linger for a while in the sun on my trips to the mailbox. It's not always possible, but that is my goal. In the winter months, the amount of vitamin D produced from the sunshine is diminished as the sun rays are less direct and skin exposure not as comfortable. But I have recently read a study that showed that 15 minutes per day in the morning and evening facing the rising and setting sun can produce adequate vitamin D for good health. But nevertheless, in the winter months, I generally add a vitamin D supplement to my list. Vitamin A, another vitamin slightly deficient in most whole grains, works with vitamin D to promote good bone health. Both being fat-soluble vitamins, they are often found together in high-fat foods such as whole raw milk and cod liver oil. Vitamin A also helps maintain the integrity of all skin cells, both internally and externally, and seems to stimulate the production and activity of white blood cells and is critical for proper cell growth and division. So it is important to get adequate supplies from either good food sources or supplementation or both. Vitamin A is found in leafy green vegetables and is particularly high in red, orange, and yellow fruits and vegetables such as carrots, sweet potatoes, cantaloupe, red peppers, and tomatoes. There are two main forms of vitamin A found in food. Preformed vitamin A, known as retinol and retinol esters, come from animal sources. And provitamin A carotenoids, such as alpha and beta carotene, are from plant sources that are then converted to retinol A by the body to be used. Preformed vitamin A, retinol, and retinol esters are the most common forms of vitamin A used in most vitamin supplements. Now, being fat soluble, any amount of preformed vitamin A not immediately needed by the body is absorbed and stored in fat tissue or the liver. If too much is stored, it can become toxic. For this reason, more natural nutritional supplements will use the water-soluble carotenoid forms of vitamin A, since anything not needed by the body will be excreted in the urine. This seems to be a safer option for supplementing with vitamin A. However, it is important to note that people with hypothyroidism, which is very common in women today, do not seem to be able to readily convert the carotene in supplements to vitamin A, the usable form for the body. So those with hypothyroidism will do better to supplement with preformed vitamin A in the form of retinol or retinol esters, but making sure to only take recommended dosages. Again, while I do consume eggs and raw milk, as well as red, yellow, and orange fruits and vegetables, in the winter months especially, I will supplement with 10,000 units of preformed vitamin A. I'm a little hesitant to mention B vitamins, as it is very important to take them in a complex in the right proportions. Now, most whole grains and real bread made from freshly milled wheat are excellent sources for most all of the B vitamins, except maybe B12. I do not usually supplement with B vitamins, but perhaps they are worth mentioning as emotional and physical stress, alcohol, caffeine, and soda consumption, sugar-filled foods, and smoking all greatly increase our nutritional demand and need for these B vitamins. The B vitamins are so important for our energy production, metabolism, skin, and emotional well-being, and more. So while I do not regularly take a B complex supplement, In times of increased demand, extra hard days physically or emotionally, or at times when my diet is less than desirable, I may choose to supplement with a good B complex for a week or two until things stabilize. A deficiency in B vitamins seems to really affect our moods and emotions. So if these are problematic areas for you, you might consider adding a little extra support. That's pretty much it as far as vitamin supplements I use. And though I purposely grouped all the vitamins together, this is not necessarily my list in order of importance. Perhaps at the top of my list is a good probiotic supplement. These days, I cannot stress enough the importance of balancing our good gut organisms. I do stress the importance of including fermented foods in your daily dietary enjoyment, but a probiotic supplement can also help ensure that we are getting adequate reinforcements to this powerful army within us. You might want to listen or re-listen to episode 9, The Army Within Us, or the replay on episode 38 about the important role these organisms play in keeping us healthy. It should certainly get you excited about your good gut organisms. I absolutely love our probiotic supplement that we sell at Becker's. It's called Light Years Ahead and is one of the best I have found. I like it because it has 12 strains of organisms that will actually recolonize the gut, including symbiotic strains of yeast that are so important for cleaning up the gut. It is not just the isolated strains of a few lactobacillus bacteria, but a dehydrated whole food formula of various naturally fermented grains, beans, and seeds, making it a prebiotic source as well as a probiotic. And it's a great dairy-free and gluten-free source of these organisms. Light Years Ahead Probiotic is a green food powder that can be mixed with your favorite smoothie or beverage. I keep mine in my bathroom and just take a half a teaspoon and a small amount of water first thing each morning and most evenings before bed. Probiotics are one of those supplements that you might not notice if it's really doing anything or not. With this probiotic, I think you will notice. I will put the link to Light Years Ahead Probiotic in today's podcast description. For minerals, at night, I take a calcium magnesium supplement. This helps with sleep, restless legs, and muscle cramps at night. Last but not least, I do add a fish oil, omega-3 fatty acid supplement to my regimen. Omega-3 fatty acids are good for circulation and preventing inflammation. And because I know that I do not eat fish on a regular basis, I take them as a supplement. Though I do consume whole grains, beans, nuts, and seeds, which do supply many essential fatty acids along with real butter, eggs, raw milk, and olive oil, I feel the added benefit this supplement can give is worth it. I said in the beginning that I did not want to mention any particular brand of multiple vitamin mineral supplement, and while I do not promote any brand over another, I will mention a few very reputable companies that many doctors and health professionals recommend. Standard Process, Orthomolecular, and one of my favorite sources for vitamin E and omega-3 is AC Grace Company. I love the research behind their products. There are many good products out there by other very reputable companies. Find your favorite and choose what best suits your needs. Again, I want to stress that nothing in today's podcast should be taken as medical advice. You asked, so I simply answered. These are the supplements I find most helpful for me at my age and lifestyle, which can be very hectic and demanding at times. These may not be all inclusive, but these are the ones I find most important to fill in the gaps in my overall healthy diet and do just what their name implies. They supplement and add to the healthy food choices that I make every day. I hope you have found the information I have shared with you today helpful, and I want to thank you, as always, for listening. And until next time, this is Sue Becker from Bread Beckers with Sue's Healthy Minutes.
Sue's Healthy Minutes podcast has been a presentation by the Bread Beckers Incorporated, located in Woodstock, Georgia. For more information, store hours, and learning opportunities, visit breadbeckers.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Make sure to subscribe to this podcast and never miss an episode. Share this with 2 friends who would benefit from this information, and be sure to join us again next week for more of Sue's Healthy Minutes.